The town of Northfield, Minnesota trusted logs because logs looked objective and objectivity felt safe. 7 years ago, Aaron Collins worked as a regional sales rep whose life ran on one thing: mileage reports. Every visit, every stop, every reimbursement depended on the odometer numbers he submitted at the end of the week. One winter evening, a hit-and-run killed a cyclist on County Road 14, and the investigation moved fast in a town that didn't like unanswered questions. Aaron became a suspect, not because anyone saw him, but because his mileage report placed him on that road within the same 15-minute window. He told police he had taken a detour to avoid ice and stopped for gas miles away, but the spreadsheet said otherwise. The prosecutor held up the report and repeated a line the jury understood immediately. Numbers don't lie. Aaron was convicted on circumstantial evidence, anchored to a column of digits, and sentenced to 8 years. Aaron's wife, Nina Collins, sat through the trial, watching the same page appear again and again. She noticed what no one else cared about. The report had been auto-generated from a company app that estimated routes, not recorded them. Nina didn't argue that day. She memorized the process instead. After Aaron went to prison, she moved to Wisconsin and took a job in operations analytics, learning how routing software predicted paths, how winter road closures forced recalculations, and how back-end updates quietly overwrote estimates without preserving originals. She learned that a report could look precise while being fundamentally provisional. 7 years later, Aaron as employer migrated to a new expense platform and hired auditors to validate historical reimbursements before decommissioning the old system. Nina applied through a contractor under her maiden name and was assigned to review anomalies flagged by the migration tool. Her task was narrow and dull, which suited her perfectly. She followed the breadcrumbs from Aaron's report to the raw telemetry cache the app had stored temporarily on the device before syncing. There it was, the original location pings showing a gas station stop 20 miles from County Road 14 at the exact time of the crash. The app's later update had smoothed the path into a straight line that crossed the road where the cyclist died, an estimate mistaken for a record. Nina didn't copy the data or confront anyone. She filed a standard variance note citing a mismatch between estimated routes and device telemetry and attached the raw cache as required by audit protocol. The review began quietly, then widened when auditors realized similar estimates had been used in other cases without disclosure. Aaron's appeal hearing was short. An expert explained predictive routing in plain terms. The judge asked why the defense had never received the telemetry, and silence answered. Aaron walked free a month later, older and cautious, breathing winter air like it was new. The company settled, changed its policy, and required preservation of raw location data whenever estimates were generated. Nina never spoke to reporters. She drove Aaron home along a different road, stopped for gas, and watched the pump click off. Sometimes it was about reminding a system that predictions aren't facts, and that truth survives best when the original data is allowed to speak.